In my experience and belief as a physical therapist, everybody has scar tissue someplace. They even have scar tissue they don't know about because they fell on the handlebars when they were a kid of their bike, or, they fell on a brick wall or whatever. That actually happened to my dad. Why I use that example. So you might not have had an abdominal surgery, but you still might have issues in your abdomen that cause you restrictions in your ability to move. So I can use broad, flat hands. Okay, I'm not digging with fingertips, none of this. Broad, flat hands. I'm going to place them on my abdomen, and I'm just going to sink. And I'm going to sink. And I'm going to sink. And what I'm looking for as I do this are any areas of tightness. By the way, you might want to go to the restroom before you do this because you're going to push right on your bladder over here. So let's say right here I find a tight place. This would be a common tight place for somebody who's had a C-section, a hysterectomy, any of those types of low abdominal surgeries, prostatectomy. So broad, flat hands, I'm just going to gently sink. I am not going to sink to pain. I am only going to sink to, that's really firm, and my body kind of feels like, it's pushing back a little. I'm not going to push through that pushback because I want those cells to know that I'm respecting them and appreciating them, but I'm just going to hold them. And as I hold them, they start to soften some more. And so I use a little bit more pressure and sink to where they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that feels pretty good. And then I'm going to follow them around. Okay, so if you've ever had 2 or 3-year-old, a 3-year-old in a garden, and they're going around and they're looking at all the plants and they're checking out the flowers and the bugs and everything, and you're like, yeah, I already know all that stuff. But this is kind of like being with that 2 or 3-year-old where they're going around the garden. You are following your body and your cells through that area. So right there, there's a little bit of tightness that I can feel. So I'm going to hold that, just being with it, just letting us both experience that moment of where we're at. And then it just released. So now, after that kind of lets go, and it feels almost like a melting. So when that happens, I'm going to go follow it some more and find the next place. So if you've had a lot of abdominal surgery or a lot of abdominal trauma, feeling through your abdomen like this and finding these spaces can be a game changer for your GI tract, for your ability to move, and even for low back pain. If you need more help, feel free to contact me. I'm Mary Thomas, physical therapist and developer of the Body Power System. You can move better.